Alright, welcome everybody. Before we jump into today's video, I wanted to do a quick overview of the rest of my season here. The first 2 weeks of the season I hunted in this spot here, and it's a corner of a wood plot. We got lots of oak trees throughout this area, and there were a lot of acorns on the ground. The deer would kind of feed through there as they moved to the left out into a standing bean field. Multiple times throughout that 2-week period, I saw this little guy move through here. And on this particular evening, he was following a raccoon through this little area. And he also made a handful of rubs throughout this area as well, which I thought was pretty interesting. After those first 2 weeks, though, I ended up moving to a spot I've been to years prior, and ended up getting a shot at a doe. She was a little bit farther than I thought she was, and I ended up placing a bad shot just on her front brisket. And I'll let you guys watch that right here. So after taking a shot at that doe, the rest of the morning was pretty boring. I had this family of squirrels behind me. You can see the mom there pushing her baby up the tree. And once I got up there, they barked at me for a good 15 or 20 minutes, and I ended up getting down out of the stand not too long after that. When I came back in the afternoon, I ended up seeing a little family of river otters in the creek in front of me, which was pretty cool as well, but I saw no deer movement that night. I ended up getting out of the tree early and drove around to a couple neighboring fields and saw a decent buck standing in a bean field, but I wasn't able to make a move on him. The rest of the month of October, I had an extremely difficult time. I saw maybe 3 or 4 deer from the stand, but that was it. All my luck changed though when we got into the month of November, which is where this video is going to take place on November 4th. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's get right into it. Alright, we got a little late this morning. We were running around trying to get away from the rain, and we finally found kind of a break. And just got in here, came across this scrape. It looks like it was hit last night or this morning. So we got bucks moving through here. It's a really good spot. As you can see, we're kind of in a pine plantation right now. It's gonna peter off in a little bit here. Kind of becomes really thick, shrubby stuff right along a stream that's going to run through this property. So I'm hoping what we can do is get on the edge of the pines and that thick scrubby stuff, and they're just going to be walking that transition. So we have pretty much no wind, although the scheduled wind is more kind of a northwest north wind, so that should help us out. Hopefully the wind doesn't swirl or change up on us, and hopefully we can find some more sign. So let's keep moving. Scrape. Got a rub there. Where we at? There was a rub right here somewhere. This is good. This one's not as fresh as the other couple rubs, but we got a couple scrapes going through here, a couple rubs going through here. It's a good sign here. We're gonna keep pushing. Pea break taken care of. Really fresh scrape right here. Some nice sized trails. It opens up a little bit right along the creek here. We're gonna push forward 30-40 yards and start looking for a tree to set up in. We got a trail running east to west. Looks more like a buck trail than anything. And I mean, coming in here, I saw a dozen fresh scrapes, a handful of old ones, and a handful of rubs too. So the spot's looking really, really good. We got an old tree stand that's on its side, just off to my right here. But the wind's starting to pick up, so hopefully that gives us some cover to get the tree stand set up. Alright, it is currently 1 o'clock, and we got the stand set up a little bit ago in this spot. Tons of scrapes and rubs throughout it, and we came back out to grab some lunch. I got high hopes for this evening. If we don't see anything this evening, We'll come back out tomorrow morning and hopefully shoot ourselves a buck. But I'm gonna quit talking, get out in the stand, and hopefully we can see some deer tonight. All right, we're up in the tree. It's just about 1:30, and looks good. So fingers crossed that we see some deer tonight. Spot is looking juicy. Just had a doe come through downwind from me actually, and right behind her was a little buck. That was pretty cool. It would be nice to shoot a doe, but I didn't shoot her for that reason right there. I was just hoping it was going to be a little bit bigger buck, but fortunately it was just a little guy. But it's good to see, man. They're running around moving. Huh? Buck down, baby. He's going down. He's down right there. He's down right there. He's down. Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. Oh man. He came in so quiet. Oh, I'm shaking, man. I'm shaking. Oh, let's go, baby. Let's go. Oh, oh man. Public land, baby. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh, that was a perfect shot too. It just. Oh man. Oh, dude. Oh man. Dude, I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless. Man, I hope I got the camera turned. I don't know if I did. Oh man. We'll go what is it, 60 yards. I can see him. Man. Man, this was so crazy. I'm still shaking. It's been about 5 minutes only. I made a couple calls here, and it's about time to get down and go check this guy out. All right, take a quick second here. Here's my setup. He's down right over there. But my setup here we are. I shot him right there. I haven't checked the footage yet. I hope it picked him up. But he came in from straight over there, across the creek right there, which is why I couldn't see him until he was only at 30 yards. But he probably was bedded down or chasing does over this like thick alder over there. But then you can see the creek moving through right there. And I mean, he came in to 10 yards. And I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better setup and situation right there. I mean, it even looked like someone else has sat in this spot before. There's a couple really old cutoffs of branches that are clean cuts here. And this is a chunk of managed forest law, I think is what this chunk is, MFL land. And as long as you have permission from the landowner, you are allowed to trim branches and trees and whatnot here in Wisconsin. I did not do any of this trimming, just so we're clear on that. This was done by someone else. So this is an absolutely incredible moment. So I'm gonna get out of the tree here and go check out this big buck, man.
So unfortunately, I lost all the audio for the last part of this video, but I'll do my best right now to cover why I picked this spot and how I got back into it. About 3 to 4 weeks prior to this hunt going down, I'd seen a really nice buck in a field about a quarter mile to a half mile north of this area. From then, I decided I was going to wait for the perfect wind before I jumped into this spot. This was the closest chunk of public to that area, so I didn't want to bust it out if I didn't have to. So on this particular weekend, everything worked out perfect. This is November 4th. We had a ton of rain in Wisconsin at that time. I actually started about an hour south of this area at a different spot, but the rain chased me off. I drove up here, and right around 9 a.m. is when I got there and started walking into the woods. Right when I started walking in, I ended up bumping 6 or 7 does off the property. They never ended up blowing, but they all ran off, and I didn't see them again for the rest of the day, I'm pretty sure. But I kept pushing back to the northwest corner of the pine plantation that was sitting on the middle of this property. And as I got back towards that corner, and the pine started feathering out and more shrubbier cover was coming in, that's when the sign started getting really good. I saw 2 or 3 trails all around me running north to south, east to west, and lots of fresh sign, fresh scrapes within 30 to 50 yards of me. Right around 11:30 is when I got the stand set up. I ended up walking out, grabbing some lunch, headed back into the woods. I was set up in the tree again by right around 12:30. 2 o'clock is when I saw the first deer of the evening. I had a doe move through, and shortly after she walked through, I had a little buck chase her. They messed around a little bit out in front of me, and then the doe ended up walking back into the pine plantation behind me. At 4 o'clock is when I finally decided to rattle, and 2 to 3 minutes after I rattled is when this guy showed up, standing 30 yards from me, and the last place I expected a deer to come from. When I saw him, I scrambled to get all the cameras turned on, to get my bow in my hand, and to try to put something together here. I wasn't able to get the cameras on him perfectly, but I was able to place a perfect shot at 9 or 10 yards, and I was able to get some great footage of him going down just 60 to 70 yards away from me. One of the best feelings in the world is when you can watch a deer go down that you've placed a perfect shot on, and even better is when you go into a spot you've never been in before and you're able to put a successful hunt together. And that's what went down right here. This is a hunt I'm never going to forget. Being able to put something together like this is one of my greatest achievements so far. And I can't wait to try to do it again, maybe even next time from the ground is what I'm planning on trying. So I want to thank you guys all for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope to see you guys on the next one.